Good morning. Happy New Year to everyone. I hope you're well. I hope you're good. It's Sunday. It's 10 o'clock, and you know what that time means. It's time for the famous Foxes Aftermath Show. Get your views in, get your comments in, run by the fans, for the fans. Your opinion matters. Let's get going. Come on.
Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. Are you ready for the show? Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newby Co estate agents. We want your views, we want your comments, so join us live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Morning, everyone. Hope you're well. I hope you're good. Happy New Year. It's 2022. What do you want in 2022? What do you want in 2020? Let me know in the comments. A few good mornings. Nigel, how the devil are you? Brett, are you good? Ian, morning. Ivan from Sierra Leone, hope you're good there. How was your New Year's Eve? How was your Christmas, pal? Brian, morning. Neil, hope you're well. Thank you for your comments on Twitter the other night. Absolutely fantastic. Carmen, how are you? Stephen, how are you? They're all here today. Maz, how are you? Comments are rolling in left, right, and centre. Morning, Jamie. What's all this darts nonsense? Oh, right. Well, we'll come on to that later. Carlos, ask me that in about 10 minutes' time. Let's just get on with things. Let's not talk about darts just yet. Ask me again in about 10 minutes' time. Morning, Ivan. How are you, pal? Hope you're well. There's lots of people coming on. If I've missed you, great. Morning. How the devil are you? Anthony, how are you? Craig. A couple of signings won't be a miss. Callum, morning. Foxes fans, yes, morning. Injury-free season. Injury-free would be a start. Yes, it would be, Patrick, but we're not going to start that way, are we? Unfortunately, with the amount we've got out. But what does everyone... Morning, Grace. Sad news. Oh, yes, I've seen that one, yes. Man City to win the Champions League. I think they will, actually. Morning, Chris. Happy New Year, John. A fit squad. So come on then. What does everyone want in 2022? What does... I want to watch a live game. Ivan, you've got to fly over there. But once you're there, come and see us. We're much appreciated. All our far-flung Foxes are more than welcome. Morning. Happy New Year. Right, I'm going to bring Jono in now. Jono's joined us. As easy as that. Morning, Jono. Happy New Year to you. How are you, pal?
Happy New Year to you. Yeah, I'm good.
What have you been up to? You done much over the New Year?
No, just chilled. Got no football on. So, well, actually, no. I've been watching the football. So, Arsenal and Chelsea game was brilliant.
It was, wasn't it? It really was a good game.
It was a good game. Shows that Man City aren't vulnerable. So,
you said Arsenal Chelsea. You mean Arsenal Man City, don't you?
Arsenal Man City. Sorry, yeah, that was a great game. Sorry.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, football on a New Year's Day, it's bad, isn't it? It's like having a massage in Thailand without happy ending, having no football on New Year's Day. But we get on with it. We roll on to the next game. It's given the players a bit of a break. But what I'm going to ask you, Jono, first, and everyone out there, let me know, what do you think was the best moment of 2021? I think I know what a lot of people are going to say.
Well, it's pretty obvious for football and football terms.
For you, Jono, what was your best moment?
Oh, it has to be the FA Cup win. That was just, with the year we've had in terms of not just with football, but with, the pandemic and, we haven't been playing well for a long time. And just to get that win was just a time to celebrate. It was just, it was a chance for everyone to let their hair down and just enjoy it, and love seeing the players get so emotional, and did it for Vichai. And, when Top pointed to the sky and held the trophy, I was like, oh, that was just immense. That was so emotional. So I think that for me was the highlight of the year.
Yeah. On that note, Neil Birchenough where's he gone? Neil Birchenough has put Tielemans' goal in the FA Cup final. That was amazing. I think he means this. which of course, Jono, led to this.
Yeah.
So, that has to be the best moment of this season. It really does. For what we achieved and what we've done, and then went on to win the Community Shield as well. It has to be one of the, apart from the Premier League win, probably one of the best moments ever in the club's history after 5 attempts of trying to get it.
Yeah, it was just, I feel just relief, like, for the club's history, and and we've achieved so much in the past 6 years, and winning that trophy just shows that we're not just like it was a lucky season. We're actually progressing as a team, even though the season's probably not shown that we've not been the best this season. I think we're still showing that we're growing as a club. We're showing as a brand of football. We're growing as a sort of we're winning trophies. Winning 3 trophies in 6 years. It's more than Spurs has won. So we're getting there.
Yeah. Oh, Shawnee Coulpins was at, I can't remember who he was playing against, but Colville Town were playing against, I can't remember, Solihull might be, I'm not sure. And he saw Stevie Lynex there and had a good chat with him. So now Sean Coulpin has got football friends with Sean Coulpin now. So he loves talking to football friends, he does. But when's Nicky Moore, when's Yuri on? When Yuri's on it, he's on it. No one's stopping us. Yeah, when he is on it, he is on it. But he's not been on it the last few weeks, has he, though, John? And unfortunately,
we have had Madison and Dewsbury Hall who have been on it, and we're reaping the rewards. I think those two have just been on a different level.
They have been.
Dewsbury Hall's come in, and we thought, everyone thought at the beginning of the season, because he did really well in the friendlies, pre-season friendly, and he didn't play for a few months, and everyone was just like, it's just warming up. But ever since he's come in, he's brought energy, he's brought inspiration, he's brought a spark, he's brought just good football. I think he's just revitalised the team.
We are. Jono says in 2020, Jono Towers, London Jono, not Georgie Jono. In 2021, we are 8th in the Premier League form table. With less injuries in 2022, we can improve. I agree with that. I know I've had my moments about Brendan Rodgers, but I want us to do well. And if he can prove me wrong, fair bit. I'll hold my hand up. I'll say I'm wrong. That's the game against Liverpool. We'll just go back to the Liverpool game. Was absolutely outstanding, wasn't it? And if we can play like that week in, week out with a full strength team, Jono, I think we'll do well. And if he proves me wrong, I'll hold my hand up and say it. We just got to keep. That's a shame. Yesterday's game. Yeah, yesterday's game was called off just because of the momentum. It would have been great if we'd had momentum, wouldn't it, pal?
Yeah, it would have been great. It's just not possible to play like that every game. Like we're going to have poor games and stuff like that, but I think it was just I don't mind if we lose as long as we have that passion. Every player was playing their heart out. Every player was putting their body on the line. When as the game finished, they all look absolutely exhausted. I don't mind if we lose as long as we put that sort of effort in. Then I can even after yesterday when Arsenal lost to Man City, the fans were buzzing, not because they lost, but because they played their hearts out. And that's what I want to see. That's what I want our players to walk off crawling, because I wanted them to leave everything on the pitch.
Morning, councillor. Yeah, that's how we did it. They looked. I mean, did you see how KDH celebrated the goal? It was like it was FA Cup final winning goal, or he was just a lad from Leicester celebrating a goal. Because a lot of us, that's how we'd have celebrated a goal in the stands. He went absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, he loves Leicester. You can see he loves.
Then when the final whistle went, he went to his knees and put his hands in his head. So whether he was having a bit of a moment, I don't know. But he just seems like he wants to play for the club, doesn't he? Which I actually think KDH will be a future captain of Leicester.
Oh, yeah. In this season already, he's scored his first European goal. He's got, he was the one of the creators in the goal that we scored to win the game. He could have easily got a second assist, which got, don't know when he crossed the ball from left to right into Vardy's path, and
the defender just took it.
He could have easily got another assist there, but no, I think he's got a very bright career ahead of him at Leicester. Hopefully he stays at Leicester for a long time, but he's shown really bright promise.
Just moving on, we've talked about promise, and just moving on, we've now got a problem. I'll bring you in a minute, Chris. Just get yourself settled, and then I'll give me a thumbs up in a second. Got a problem, haven't we? We've got 3 weeks without no strikers. Vardy's not here. Nacho's at the Ofcom, and Dakar. I've lost Dakar on my screen here. Sorry. Yeah, Dakar's missing as well, isn't he? He's at the African Nations. He's not at the African Nations. He's injured, isn't he? He's injured. So what's going to happen? What we're going to do? Come on, everyone, get your comments in. What do you think is going to happen?
There's one player which I feel has been criticised for a long time, and everyone's always saying he's not playing the right position. This is a chance to prove it was wrong. Is Perez?
Yeah.
Perez. Yeah. But people have always criticised Perez because he's not been playing well. But people who love Perez will say he's been playing the wrong position. This is a chance for him to be put as a striker and show to us as fans and the club that he's a good player. I think he can stand up and do it.
I'm just going to bring Chris in as we're talking about something different. Morning, Chris. Happy New Year to you. Long time no see.
Morning. Yeah, Happy New Year.
How you feeling now? Are you all right, pal?
Yeah, I've actually, I'm now negative, so I've actually survived COVID. So I'm
That's a good positive then. That's the best positive. So you're negatively positive. So come on then.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, no, we've just been talking about no strikers for the next 3 weeks with Vardy, Dakar injured, Nacho gone to the AFCON, which is stupid time, but I wouldn't want to play in Africa in bloody middle of summer because it was a bit hot there, wouldn't it? What's your views then? Who would we play up there, matey?
I completely agree. I think Perez needs to go up front because he really has been played out of position. When he was at Newcastle, he was up front. He was there. He was in fact their number 9. So I honestly believe that if we can play Perez up front, I think he can do well. I really do.
What about Harvey Barnes, Chris? Do you think Harvey Barnes could play as a number 9, or do you think we'll play Perez as the 9 and Lookman and Barnes either side?
Yeah, I think. I mean, especially because I think our next match is against Watford in the Cup. Potentially that could be a case of doing a 4-3-3 and potentially having all 3 of them up front would be. I think it would be brilliant. And yeah, Barnes on the left and Lookman on the right, or vice versa. So yeah, I think it would really strengthen it.
I mean, Chris, do you think because we've got Watford? I mean, the players have had a week's break, which I know I hate being not playing the games. But it's giving our players a chance to recover and move one more game further on when we get a full strength squad. Do you think there'll be many changes for the Watford game, or do you think because there's been a week's break, he'll play a pretty strong team?
I mean, this is
as strong as allowed, or as strong as able to.
Yeah, I think because we're the reigning champions, we want to try and get a decent cup run again. We want to potentially reclaim it. So I would say play full strength. Watford are not a team to take lightly. And so you got to play strong straight away. That's what we did. In last year, and I think I hope we can do it again.
Yeah, I've just seen a mate of mine's on. We'll talk it. Morning, Adam. How the devil are you? Barnes 2 week better out. Yes, he is. I think he's not quite strong enough for out and out striker. But we were talking about moments of 2021, Chris. Apart from the FA Cup, what would be one of your favourite moments? Because everyone's going to say the FA Cup. You must have another. That's probably the best moment. What about your favourite moment? Would you say of the season?
Personally,
2021. Sorry, I mean.
Personally, my favourite moment, even though it is in the FA Cup, it's not the FA Cup final. It was the FA Cup quarter-final against Man United. That was my personal. I thought we were so strong that day. We took Man United because Man United are a bit of a 50-50 team with us. We've had good results. We've had bad results. And so for us to play Man United and completely beat them and pretty much, murder them that day. We were all over them. So it was such a refreshing thing to see. So yeah, that was a personal highlight. Now,
my personal highlight is a bit, I don't know, it's a bit, how do you say it? A bit selfish and a bit biased, to be honest. It's all down to this mate, my mate Adam. I don't know whether you remember, we had Natalie Sawyer on in January, February time. And he got me to ask Natalie Sawyer this. Hold on a minute. I think Adam's being a bit... Can you pose for a picture for his screensaver?
How can I pose for a picture?
I know. Oh, hold on a minute. Are you ready, Adam? Hold on that. Hold on. Right, I'll put you on full screen.
Oh, my God.
Just hey, Adam, take it now. There you go. He'll have to save that on YouTube, but you'll have to watch that back later, and you'll see yourself going.
God, look
What am I
at
doing that for?
Oh no, can't bear that.
Oh, that's brilliant. That is because we had. See, that is my favourite. Sorry, I know that was so selfish, and everyone knew I love that interview with her. But when Adam asked me that, I just had to do that. So Adam is there. He loves that moment. Have you still got the photo, Adam? I hope you still got the photo on there. No, Nick, it wasn't a pervy moment by me. I was doing a favour for a friend of mine, which is totally different from a pervy moment, Nick. You should know about that. But anyway, sorry, I just had to get that in. So we're going with Perez up top, do you think? Although, do you think Perez hasn't got... There was a comment here about Perez being too slow to play up top. Do you think Perez is too slow to play up top? Or with the wingers, do you think we could manage it better, Jono?
I think we could have Albrighton on the right, Barnes on the left, Lookman and Perez at front. Because Perez could be a holding player, and Lookman could be the one with pace. I think that could work. We've got even though we've got a lot of players injured, have COVID, or going to Afcon. I think
African,
I think we've still got potential to have a decently strong forwards and wingers. So I think that could work.
Yeah, Chris, we've talked about this. Well, we talked about the Liverpool game a bit earlier, me and Jono, before you came on. What do you think he's done at corners and how he's changed it? Are you impressed? I know it's only the one game. I know he did it for the Liverpool game. But what do you think? Because he had men on the post. He had the big men, Wilf and Daniel Amati, marking the best headers. Do you think that's the way forward? Because that is old school marking, that is, which I used to do. So what do you think to it? Has he listened? Has he just thought about it, or has he listened to everyone moaning and groaning?
Maybe a bit of both, I'd say, because we've been saying for absolute months, zonal marking just was not working. It was not working. So when finally, he decides to get rid of zonal marking, puts people on the post and stuff, and it works. We kept a clean sheet. The only thing I have to say is, what took him so long? We've been moaning about this for months, and it's only now he's done it. What took him so long? He should have noticed that straight away. That's the only thing I've got against it.
Yeah. See, against Man City, well, a few weeks previous, not just the Man City game, we had sort of half and half, didn't we? We had a zonal defending on the 6-yard box and picking up, but it still didn't work, did it? It still did not work at all, Chris. But at least against Liverpool, we had a clean sheet. Of course, we didn't concede from a corner. I think they had 12 or 13 corners, I think it was. I think it was double figures, Jono. I really think it was double figures.
If it was zonal marking, we would have conceded 3. With the average of the goals we've conceded from set pieces for the last part of the season, we would have conceded 3. But conceding none was just Brandon. Even though I agree with Chris, he should have done this months ago. I think he was tactically perfect against Liverpool. He could not have done anything better.
Yeah.
To win the game.
With the inbox, sorry, I was reading a comment there. Nick Morris says, we're going back to the strikers now. Just a quick comment. Perez is the striker. Barnes has the pace like Vardy and Dakar, which is how we play. But, Nick, I think Barnes is a bit too lightweight for a striker's role. Although Vardy's had the tactical nous of playing up there for 20-odd years now, hasn't he? He knows how to play the striker's role. Where Barnes is still a bit fresh and a bit green about playing a striker's role. So, what do you think? We're going back to the striker's role. There's nobody in the youth team, is there? You can't pick a name and go, right, we'll bring him in. Like they could do years ago, Chris, could you? So, I don't know. I think it's going to be Perez. But
could you play false 9?
I mean,
better the devil you know. Man City don't play with us, very rarely play with a striker, do they?
The one mistake I think we made in the summer transfer, and I said this last night when I was watching the game, was that we should have signed Edouard when we had the chance.
But he hasn't done. He hasn't done anything for Palace, really, has he? I think he scored 4 goals so far this year. But I know what you're saying, Chris. But I think it was either him or Dakar, and we haven't got a pot to pay in at the minute, have we? There's no money in the pot whatsoever. Everyone's saying buy him. But I know what you're saying, yeah. But I'm quite happy with Dakar at the minute. He gives you that pace and power, I think. But I know what you mean. We could have done with another striker.
If you think though, if we had signed Edouard, we would now have a striker up front. With Vardy injured, with Dakar injured, with Iheanacho at the Afcon, we would have then still had a striker if we had signed Edouard, because Edouard's not going anywhere.
Yeah. Just one thing. Council's just said best moment of 2000 Vardy's win at the Emirates. I thought that was end of 2020.
Yeah,
was that
I think that's right.
I thought we played them in the October time, didn't we, Chris? John,
Yeah. I'm certain that was at the beginning of the season. Yeah.
It was a cracking win, I must admit, the first time for God knows how long, 47 years since the 70s. But I think that was the end of 2020. The Council, I think you've just stretched it a little bit. But yeah, it was cracking build-up by Under and a good goal by Vardy, wasn't it? Absolutely vital.
That was also when we beat Man City 5-3. And that
5-2.
In 5-2, sorry. And then, that was in 2020 as well.
Yeah. What do you think about, Jono, about this game, the Everton game, being rearranged for the 11th of January? We're going to be in the same situation, surely, with all these injuries. So 10 days from today, we've got Everton. Surely that's wrong, isn't it? Do the Premier League actually listen to what we're saying? Do you think, like Brendan said, do you think we have a voice out of the 20? Or it's, I forget you.
Have we got Watford and then we'll play 2 games later, we'll play Everton? Is that right?
Watford on the Saturday, and then Everton on the 11th on the Tuesday. Yes, on the Tuesday night. Yeah.
I think that's just even though we did against Liverpool after Man City, lose to Man City, we'll have players going to Africa. We've got injuries. We've still got people with COVID cases. It's you don't know. You say COVID cases, you don't know how bad that's affected because it affects people in different ways. You can't literally be isolated for 7 days and then come back in because you don't know how it's affected you, do you? So it's like Nick Moore says, no Evans, no Cags, no Wilf, no Martin, no JJ, no Ricardo, no little... Oh, blimey, I need a drink after that. That's a lot of... No Ndidi.
No Ndidi as well.
No Ndidi can't go back there, so...
No Vardy, no Dakar. So what's the team going to be?
Only thing is, though, it wasn't ourselves that actually postponed the Norwich game. It was Norwich.
Yeah.
So therefore, Rodgers must have had a team available that could have played.
Yeah.
So therefore, I'm thinking that he must have a team. Because
but I think 3 of them, though...
2 games in 3 days, no chance.
I think 3 of them, though, Chris, were Wilf, Amati, and Nacho. So you take them 3 out, what we're going to do now? Hopefully, we're not going to have no strikers. Like Nick says, Evans and Morgan... Evans and Wes, bloody hell, little Wes I was meant to be on about, and Cags, they're all out, aren't they? So I don't know. I really don't know. I think it's wrong.
I suppose we could ask Morgan to come out of retirement.
I don't think he's done much training though, Chris. Do you think? He'd look like me. He'd look like me now, I think.
But he did do a good soccer aid.
Yeah, but he only had to play 30 minutes against blue people like Robbie Williams and Lee Mack and stuff like that. There weren't actually big names like whoever. I was trying to think of like Ronaldo and that running at him, or Lukaku running at him. He doesn't have to do that nowadays, does he? And he get away with a lot of stuff. Jono says Upcon is a joke, should be cancelled. I thought it was cancelled. I could have sworn I heard they got cancelled weeks ago.
I don't know why they've introduced it, because with the new variant causing havoc in the league now, and with the schedule so tight that we're getting injuries left, right, and centre, I thought it was pretty silly having it this year, because it's just been, we're now entering double digits of players we can't have, and that's just, we now have to rely on our youth team, and it's not fair on them because they won't perform as well as you would like them to, and then that will give them bad confidence. And if we're playing against big teams and games we need to win to maintain top half of the table going into top 6, it's not fair.
Could they be doing it purely because of the fact that they know they can't do it next year because of the World Cup?
Yeah, they even put a statement out saying they need to finish all the games early to make sure players have chance to rest and go to the World Cup. But
yeah,
why not?
The World Cup in December. Because
they're starting the season early next year, aren't they? Next season, they're moving it forward 2 or 3 weeks to accommodate all the players. Yeah, it's like Lee's just said here. Really feel for teams should have to play reserve and academy. Really feel teams should have to play. Oh, right, he's playing. He should play the reserves. Oh, right, okay then. He's saying they should play reserves and academy players. I'm not too sure about that. People, I mean, would you be happy, Jono, if you travelled down from Newcastle and you got there and there was 3 or 4 academy players in and you weren't getting your value for money?
I mean, I'm not one of the things. I'm not one of those fans that go, I want to see the big players and the big teams. I'll happily go there and support any game we play in because it's my team. What I'll be bothered by is that these players are thrown into the deep end when Rodgers hasn't played them in the first team for a reason. They're not ready or they're not fit enough. That's a reason. And we're forced to play these sort of players. As I said before, it'll knock their confidence. It would, it wouldn't be good for their sort of like confidence for the future. So I wouldn't say I'll be disappointed in terms of seeing the team without our big players. It's been more on they're not ready to be in that position.
Yeah, it's like Chris says. Jono has just says we'll still be playing this season game in August the way it's going. I can't see that happening, but I know what he means. It could be if you don't know this season. Like I was saying to Jono before we came on, life has to carry on, doesn't it? Life has to carry on, and we have to just get on with things. I know it's difficult. I know the cases are rising, but we can't just keep staying in a bubble and doing it. And I'm going to use a prime example. I wasn't going to bring it up, but last night, somebody mentioned it earlier. Last night, the darts. You had Maddison, Barnes, Chowdhury, and KDH there as well. You have to have a life now, Chris, don't you? You have to have a life. You have to carry on and do things. The only thing I'm worried about is if one of them misses a game next week against Watford or against Everton, the meltdown is going to be unbelievable from this one photo, isn't it, Chris?
It is, but at the same time, when you go to competitions like that, you have to have a lateral flow anyway, because of it being a crowded area. So no doubt those guys would have done lateral flow tests before they actually went to the match, and probably everybody in the audience, well, probably not everyone, but a good majority of the audience would have done that as well.
Chris, allegedly, you can get a fake COVID passport, can't you? Allegedly.
Oh, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that.
I've heard that, but okay.
No, not them, but the rest of the audience. I mean, I'm not talking about our form. The rest, allegedly, you can get fake ones, so you can get in places.
I've not heard that, but fair enough. But no, but so I'm pretty certain they're taking the precautions, and they know what they're risking. So I'm pretty certain that they'd have done something to make sure that they're safe.
Yeah. Like I was saying, I'm not condoning them going. Fair enough, but you've got to get a life, haven't you? You can't just do everything and sit in your house 365 days of the year for the last 2 years because it will just stop.
I think people who are actually complaining about this, and the guy from TalkSport has just got no life. And
Adrian Durham.
He needs someone to complain about, and he's just finding stuff to complain about. Like if I went, people saying, "Oh, it's fine, you're having a good time." If players go, like it's a bad thing. Players need to let their hair down and have a life. It's not illegal. It's a planned and official event that's run by Sky Sports. There'll be precautions there. They're going as friends. The game's been cancelled, so there's median training sessions they need to go to. So, like, they need to. This is how players get bonds, by going out and doing things together. This is how they form relationships. It's how they grow as it's not just as a team, but they get emotional connection. And if they're not allowed to do stuff like this, especially when it's rather than do this and we'll go over an illegal part like they did a few like last year.
Yeah.
Like, people just need to get a life and just let them live their own lives.
So like Spencer Knight says, they must have had permission from Brendan. I'm surely they would have. And they're probably sitting in the VIP area like Nick Moore said as well. So yeah, so like I say, you've got to get on with life. I don't condone it, but I just hope there isn't a Twitter meltdown next week when we play Watford or Everton because one of them misses it. And I just hope that doesn't happen. But you can see it coming, can't you? You can see it coming.
That he does a goal celebration like that or something.
Well, did we play Newcastle 1st of January last year? Or the first week, and he did the dart celebration then, didn't he, against Newcastle? Yeah. So hopefully. Well, lads, I think that's about it. Oh, there's one other thing. There's been 3 games on TV, hasn't there? There's the Everton game on TV on the 11th, the Wolves game as well in February, and they've arranged the Leicester-Chelsea game on the 27th of February on Sky, but don't plan anything because if Chelsea get to the Carabao Cup final, that game's going to get postponed. So why arrange it for that day? Why put it on Sky when it could get postponed? I don't understand Sky's thinking then. I really don't. Sometimes Sky are a little bit cuckoo when it comes to that, don't they? It's strange. So anyone going to the Chelsea game on the 27th, don't arrange anything just yet. Wait till the next weekend. Chris, it's been a pleasure. It's been a long time since I spoke to you, so glad you're back and glad you're fit and well.
Yeah, very well.
And we shall see you again soon, pal. Cheers, Chris. Thanks for joining. See you later, matey. Thank you. Jono, much appreciated for your company today. We shall see you. When's the next game? Watford. We'll see the Watford game or just before. The Watford game. Yeah, I shall see you later, pal. Thanks for joining me. That's how easy. All you had to do was click that link. How will this affect other players? I don't know, Gail. How will it affect them? They must have had permission. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, great to the lads who haven't going out and get. Yeah, don't blame them for having time away. They need to relax. They need to chill out. Durham loves her. I think you should. Not quite sure he loves them that really. If we had the squad available, players like KDH wouldn't have got. Yes, that's a good point. That's a good point. Would KDH have played if the whole squad had been fully fit? But yeah, it's been much appreciated. Thanks for joining. While you're there, if you haven't subscribed, please like and share this video. Whatever you're watching it, if you're watching it on Facebook, if you're watching it on YouTube, just give us a like, give us a share. It'd be more than appreciative. Leicester Fan TV on YouTube. We're nearly 9,000. Give us that thing. And of course, if you don't already follow me on Twitter, please follow me there. Please follow me on Twitter, the Fox's Arms. That's all you have to do. If you've got Twitter, it'd be much appreciated if you can. I'm just going to leave you with one last thing before we go. Probably the most famous moment of this season would be this moment. Still gets me, even now, it still gets me that little bit, the FA Cup win. Even there, a little bit of a moment while I'm watching it. But anyway, cheers for watching me. Enjoy 2022. Let's hope it brings everything you want it to bring to you. I've just got one thing to say. Ciao, ciao. Adios. Goodbye. Top of the morning to you. Come on, you foxes.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newby Co estate agents. Make sure to follow us on all of our social channels at Leicester Fan TV. Visit our website, leicesterfantv.com.